Once upon a time, there was a little girl known as Little Red Riding Hood because of the bright red cloak she always wore. One day, her mother asked her to take a basket of goodies to her ailing grandmother, who lived deep in the forest. Remember, her mother cautioned, stay on the path and don't talk to strangers. Little Red Riding Hood happily set off, clutching the basket and skipping along the forest path. She enjoyed the chirping birds and the rustling leaves, but it wasn't long before she encountered the big bad wolf. "Good morning, Little Red Riding Hood," said the wolf, putting on his sweetest voice. "Where are you heading on this fine day?" Forgetting her mother's warning, Little Red Riding Hood replied, "I'm going to visit my grandmother who lives in the forest." The wolf, always scheming, smiled slyly. "What a lovely idea," he said. "Why not pick some flowers for her?" Little Red Riding Hood thought this was a wonderful suggestion. While she was distracted picking the prettiest flowers, the wolf raced ahead to grandmother's house. He knocked on the door, and when grandmother answered, he quickly gobbled her up. Then he put on her nightgown and cap and slipped into her bed to wait for Little Red Riding Hood. Not long after, Little Red Riding Hood arrived. "Grandmother, what big eyes you have," she remarked. "All the better to see you with, my dear," replied the wolf. "Grandmother, what big ears you have. All the better to hear you with." "Grandmother, what big teeth you have. All the better to eat you with." And with that, the wolf leapt out of bed to capture her. However, Little Red Riding Hood let out a shriek so loud that it attracted the attention of a nearby woodsman. Rushing in, the woodsman fought the wolf, eventually freeing grandmother whole from the wolf's stomach. They celebrated the narrow escape, and both Little Red Riding Hood and grandmother learned the importance of being cautious and listening to wise advice.